Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Norman series here on the Lord Master channel. And I have to remind you once again that we're still not quite there yet to Normandy to make this series be called that, but we're getting there, slowly but surely, one at a time. So we are currently in Ireland at this time, and I will soon do a few things such as a grand tournament, a little bit of monument examination, I should say. And then when I get more gold rewards, I'm going to start building an army for myself. And start doing some mercenary work, because I believe some of the fastest ways to get rich quick is do mercenary work and do well in combat. At least that's from my experience, before I will finally swing down to West Francia and spend some considerable time down there, and then we'll get what we need. I mean, we're still too far away to interact with King Charles II the Bald. That's the man who you have to ask. Interesting to see Giza, which is one of the historical wives of Hrolfr, the character I'm playing as. Oh, sorry. Married to the Duke of Neustria. You know, I'm gonna have his lands one day. So now here, let us do set up a tournament. In 3 months' time, oh, we're building personal bouts. Can't help but notice that Instructor Knight's thing over there, but can't do it. Then we had no choice but to tell the High Chieftain of Neve to start a grand tournament. He has to use you for favors and all that. Wait for it to pop up. They be friends. Alright, see what we got. It's another recital tournament. Right. But at least hopefully I'll do much better than the first time. And I do have the wit to prove it. What are you afraid of? I mean, there's no need for you to rush to the tournament. Ah, do not forget. Since you have the proving grounds, you have this option now. Where is it? Train for a tournament. Train your prowess for the upcoming tournament. It's only recital, it doesn't need prowess. You and knights sharpen your skills. Well, sharpen your vocals, I should say. It ain't worth it, man. And also, as a Christian, as I'm of Celtic Christianity, you can commission a donor portrait, either to yourself, to your close family, or to the clergy. So you can do that as a landless adventure, but why on earth would I want to do that? And for whatever reason, you could take the vow of poverty, which gives you less monthly income, just fine where a camp would not land it. More piety, at least. I guess it would have to depend on the kind of character you're playing as, especially if you're a traveling monk of sorts. Nevertheless, let's head to the tournament. It's recital. Everything will be fine. I arrived at Southern Turret here at Athlon. Though not all the rebels have arrived yet, throngs of people wander through the colorful surroundings, all looking forward to the forthcoming displays of skill and prowess. There are few places so excellent to release from stress and to enjoy oneself as a tournament. I tend to take full advantage. Can't wait for it to start. Would like to win the damn thing. Because monetary reward. The tournament is at hand at last. Like many others who flock to here, eagerly waiting the contest to come, I busy myself socializing and preparing my equipment. The sun rises higher in the sky, and the shadows shorten. If I want to compete in a recital contest, I must ensure I will qualify. It will soon to begin. No time to lose. Squires laugh and joke while they polish helms and mail. One of them snorts so hard it sounds like a pig and is soon rests to imitate him. The knight's lord nearby. Among these I spot Ethnicities. Earl Edward's counselor. His deed's not gonna notice, and the work he's done for his liege's household is more than impressive. I could convince him to join on my council. Can't do that, I'm just. I just do not wish to offend him. The Earl of Gloucestershire. Food and drink is abundant during the tournament. To the delightful attendees, 3 peasants in particular seem to be sharing what looks like an entire keg of spiced wine. I will get you for that, you buffoon. One sputtered strugglingly, limply throwing a stick at his neighbor. Indrika, I'm sorry. Nivik took out his face, deflecting anything. Help me gone mad. You're on your own damn dress. Last night seems down the guitar, I'm gonna go. Disgusting, I say. Oh, songbird, go faster! I hear a man's voice echo across the grounds. I look up to see a small thing hurrying through the sky like a black bolt of lightning. Soon enough, it swoops down towards vision line. Ah, you must have cheered. Your bird cannot fly that fast. Just look at her. She's very fledgling. Anger blows his shots in the winter looking smug. Oh boy. Must take a lot of preparation to do this, I think. Right, the one for the heavy infantry captain is complete. Browsing the wares on display at the tailor shop, I spy a carefully wrapped package among the piles of garments and sundries. There happily opens it for me. Carefully untying the leather bindings to reveal the exquisite embroidered crest. A boy, the Brion, so a crest. Lovely, I want a Ganga crest. Thought that. Finish your education. Depth schemer. So you are an ordinary tribesman and devout supporter. Okay. But you're forever sick and blind. Hatreds about the main tent. Formed with vocal cords and memorized stanzas as the crowd fills the amphitheater. My ears prick up as my name is mentioned. Drifted across the jet freeze. This could be a sign or a bad one. I'd like to place a bet. Peering at the bookie by the tower's dim light, I pondered a stream of odds as shouts over the heads in the milling punters. Leader Hrolfr is the recital favorite. 4-1 for Leader Hrolfr of the Walkers from the North. I'll bet on myself. Like the last time. It only takes the line of verse before the members start. Lagan is up on the stage, quite brazenly reciting lines from a popular local ditty. Discontented grumbles amongst the crowd as he begins to continue. Something doesn't quite add up, I mused. Surely wouldn't be familiar with that song. He is being of Welsh stock. A small memory jumps to the forefront of my mind. Unbidden, the laborer who had constructed the dice had been whistling that very tune earlier. Back on the stage, Quaggan meanders to a verbal halt as the crowd explodes with jeers, a few choice vegetables raining down on him as he shields himself with projectiles. Enough. It's not his fault. Successfully persuade a crowd. Just making him look good. Night begins to fall on the scene, but the torches light the competition as it continues. I talk myself under my breath, readying my lips for the next round as I reminisce about the happenings so far. Like when another competitor managed to plagiarize a well-known verse. I step forward to take my turn. The sinner steps to the eyes. It's time for the final verse. Regular crowd with a tale of war and victory. 67% chance increase, 30% chance nothing, 19% decrease. Finishing my final verse, the crowd had waited for the ending. The cheers drown out my words, flowers landing around me on the stage as I make my way off. I'm winning! Victory is so close, there are precious few competitors left to go, and even less time. It all comes down to this one last verse. Decreased greatly. I win! Our trumpets sound, the crowd clamors, the competitors begin to assemble. The contest is over. Someone's moment of sense being ready. Herald steps with voicemail crossing. After many trials, tribulations, and above all else, the truly spirit of competition, we are our final three. And in third place, the gutsy petty king Alfred. The Alfred? Alfred of Wessex. That's Alfred the Great. I didn't know he was here. Coming in close second, Chieftain Sebal. Is that how, or cover, Sebal? It depends on how you pronounce it in Irish. That, of course, leads our victor, Leader Hrolfr. I know I can win. I've proven my worthiness beyond doubt. I won my wager, gained 7 gold, an additional 20 gold. Yes, and I'll receive the prize. Let me go back to the Artisan's Quarters. As I prepare for my upcoming match, which is already over, I spot High Chiefess, my mother of Meath, hailing me by waving a handkerchief around, offering her a favor. Before I can respond, Lana appears, holding a handkerchief out for me and insists I take her favor instead. I was about to say, excuse me, who are you? The High Chiefess herself. Stunts on charming and is a precision. I'll take it, High Chiefess. Honor a favor of a lady. A fine linen scarf, decorated wolf's head, given to me over by an admirer. I'll take it. To the fearless leader, however, your unusual mole is like a furry cat. I really want to smooch you, that I may know you're as thin as you look from afar. Let us kiss already. These signs are but a bleak reflection of my feelings for you. I'll do anything to prove my loyal affections. Signed, High Chiefess, now matter of me. You flatter me, my lady. And by the way, I did it while I was still ill the whole time. Winning that tournament. The sun comes down on the final day of the tournament, and the mascots begin to disperse. I find myself ruminating on the results. My mastery of verse saw me the worthy winner in a recital. I've fulfilled my goal of winning the contest, and I look forward to the next one. What a great occasion. You got your wit, but this is a masterwork trinket. An elegant ring of excellent craftsmanship. Its silver shank of fluorite cabochon is encircled by extracts from the Insular scriptures. Awarded to Hrolfr by High Chieftain I winning the recital contest. I was about to say, you know her. It's like, yeah, she's romance, but I can clearly tell she's probably taking a liking of me. Right, she's good, okay. Yeah. What a great occasion. Right, let's head back. Although I'm still going to be sticking around in Ireland for a little bit longer. As I traverse the marshy lands of Connacht, I've come across an abandoned crannog, the type of ancient dwelling found in the lakes of Ireland. These wooden structures were built on artificial islands to provide a defensive advantage against invaders. Intrigued, I decided to explore an abandoned dwelling. Unfortunately, the wooden structure gives way under the weight of me, who plunges into the murky water. We must now act quickly to rescue her and deal with the potential threat of waterborne diseases. Take your pick. They all succeed. You'll gain season. So, because of my brave trait, I'll use my whip as a rope. Just something like Indiana Jones would do, as you would hear. The whip whips around her waist with a few marks but alive. Stinging rescue. As we head toward Castlebar, we stop in our tracks for a short break. A few people set off to gather nearby water. There to stay to watch caravan and look for dry lands. The party dips his flask in water and quickly pulls it back with a yelp. He's been bit by a snake. Eventually the serpent releases its fangs from the flesh. It is clear that the venom has taken its toll. I thought St. Patrick got rid of all the snakes in Ireland. The hell? I must have missed one. How's your skill? You are a physician, no longer novice now. Skilled healer. Should go on a monument expedition. Undertake an expedition to a famous monument or landmark to improve yourself by delving into the history, knowledge, and mysteries that dwell there. Question is where? I like to go down there because of that huge modifiers. And it does cost quite a bit. So I'd like to recruit these competent scribes. Chance of 1 extra skill increase. In conclusion, 2 very competent monk characters join the entourage. After the activity concludes, they will remain your courtiers and you have your obligation hooks on them, reducing their salary on court positions. There's no shame in acquiring some outside help after all. I cannot remember everything by myself. Cultural acceptance, strong hooks in those you recruit. But no, want more skill. Maybe for intrigue. Because they tell you, okay, take your pick of the skills. I want more intrigue, that's the skill that I'm the most poor at. The road to Mila is long. I cannot wait to unearth the secrets of the Rock of Cashel and the perceptive Normandian Irish who live there. I tend to gather comprehensive records to consume every piece of insight obtainable. Wish I was there already. We must make haste. Okay, we got an Irish monk named Lochan. Renowned diplomat and a scholar. Excellent. And there's Ben Mide me. She's strong, a strong nun. There's an exalted diplomat, and like that woman, the high chiefess of Meath. She's lustful and a bit shy. Let's move out. Bog. Increase the point of interest rewards. And I might as well start learning languages. Because look at your camp of your followers. Better than my old prize ring. Put that on. At least you got two things that'll give you renown. Maybe we can sell those prize rings to the place where we can sell it. I know a cure. Entering the tribe. I'm struck by the simplicity and warmth of the local community. Every stone, every carving at the Rock of Castle whispers ancient knowledge, begging me to delve deeper. With a joyful heart, I commence my journey through this site. I wonder what goes on behind the scenes. My intrigue is getting better, but I would like to improve it a little further. As we were passing through here, we saw burned-out, hollowed ruins of what appeared to be some sort of residence. My entourage and I were unsure if this was a mildly interesting or somewhat concerning location. A local Irish was passing by, and we asked the fellow if he knew anything. Ah, unfortunate incident, that. He shakes his head and explains. A family of farmers lived there. House burnt down in an accident recently. They say the area is cursed by some fiendish force. We'd best not tarry here for too long, my lord. Just in case. I shiver just looking at the ruins. As a brave man, I say, ha! That sounds like some silly superstition. Trust me, the things I've seen back in Scandinavia, you wouldn't imagine. Do you desire companionship, leader? A man whispers seductively, running a finger across his swift legs. No matter your desire, I'm sure to please, he continues softly. I can relax your body with warm oils, or pleasure your mind by reading Travels to Jerusalem, or if your desires are more carnal, and I could be yours for the night. Are you? Ah, bisexual. Let's see. I desire company in the form of conversation. As he's lived near the Rock of Cashel for most of his life, so he must have a lot to tell me about it. As the distant form of the oppressive structure emerges, a sense of awe stirs as I approach. As I arrive at the location, its unique character and sense of history exudes are immediately apparent. It stands as a testament to the enduring legacy of this land. Each aspect of this place tells a story waiting to be discovered. Time to make notes. 9 prestige, 5% increase. In a corner of a market, I spot a gate with a sign stating, Karnak the Healer, Barber and Surgeon, with a long line of people queuing outside. It looks to be a very popular place. Upon moving closer, I see a man cutting hair with a swiftness and precision I've never seen before. Dulled and tangled messes are transformed into the most glossy and luscious locks imaginable. We already got a good healer. Huh. How does he move so gracefully? Now we're over 50%. As I walk the grounds, I spot a particular marking on one of the walls making up the Rock Akasha. It is pristine, untouched, in clear view of passers-by, just waiting for someone to eternalize their name. I glance down to see a chisel-like stone beckoning me. There must be some wisdom hidden among the carvings. It's time to pack my things and head back home. I've wandered the grounds of the Rock Akasha and seen many sights, made notes and drawings, and met with the local Irish. I do not believe I will forget this journey time soon. Farewell, Rock Akasha. Farewell, mighty Nida. Must never forget what I learned here. Wasn't able to gain another skill points, but one will do. Do that often. Hey, you're finally back to health. Mist rises thick from the bogs of Meath as Mercenary picks its way across the ancient trackway. The wooded planks are slick with moisture, and visibility extends barely 20 paces in any direction. Then figures emerge from the fog, warriors in archaic armor, their faces painted blue in the old style, carrying weapons that look centuries old. Their leader, a massive man with braided hair, raises his spear and speaks in a voice like grinding stones. You trespass on the marching ground of Canas, thus fallen, who died driving the Northmen from Ireland, and will not suffer strangers. His eyes clenched in possible light. Pay tribute to the dead, or join our internal ranks. Magnus edges closer. They look real enough to bleed. And your companion mutters, ghosts or madmen, they're blocking our path. I'll say, spirit so contact will recognize a true warrior. Test me! 100% champion strong. I challenge our leader to single combat, fighting the old style. Blows, matches, blow until I finally land a strike that draws blood, or something like it. The warriors bow to a newfound respect. Carried our spirit and me to acknowledge us. I know we must tread carefully through the bogs of Antiquity. This eerie place unsettles me to my core, and there are a myriad of dangers to guard against. My entourage has been instructed to take every precaution accordingly. Let get back on the head of the column and take care of my commands. One of us is missing. Oh, just a courtier. Okay, you brought him back. That's good. Because if we lost him, then it wouldn't be a total loss to me. Because he's just a courtier, not assigned to any particular job. Speaking of which, need a new bodyguard. Edmund, you the man. Audrey, you're not doing anything. You could be heavy infantry captain. Although one day we will recruit some heavy infantry such as either the Huscarls or the Rangian veterans. Especially the latter, which they tend to be more expensive. Look, you got the Bondi that are good against light cavalry and archers. Big are good against skirmishers. Huscarls are good against spearmen, peasant militia, and archers. Spearmen, peasant militia, heavy cavalry. Okay, for those 3 men-at-arms, we need to get this, and this, and that. We don't need Huskarls. But it's going to be hell to maintain once we're landed. That's why we make one a lot of fortune, but I need a little more money first. And just out of curiosity, since I have these two monk characters, are you sure that we still can't take it, even with the managed guests of these monks we have here? It's not possible. Okay then. But there's one other place I would like to visit for my own curiosity. I recall seeing a city holding somewhere. Not church holdings, city. That's tribal holding. Huh. I could have sworn I thought there was a city holding. Like that one. Should move to Scotland. Or Alba as it was then called. I got just go visit its capital, see what they have to offer. And then I'll move down to a city of St. Croix, the nearest city holding that we can think of. Go get the Pathfinder's gear, because travel's going to be rough. No longer my recruiter, because I gave him a proper officer position. You'll do. Parts of Overhaul, are covered with wooden planks, as is common in some places to make travel easier, or it should be no surprise that this wood often sometimes subject to theft, particularly in the more rural areas. As it so happened, we encountered a party of ruffians trying to take these wooden planks. They tried to make off with the wood as soon as we approached. Let's go after them. 0% chance of failure. 99% chance we catch those thieves. In this modifier. For historical context, medieval dirt roads were sometimes reinforced with wooden planks to assist travelers with forced movement. However, similar to stones from paved roads, they are oftentimes subject to theft. For instance, part of the 13th century French legal text, Compatibility de Beauvaisis, discusses the regulations for roads and mentions issues with people illegally stealing stones or wooden planks used for roads, which causes these roads to be narrower than expected. Oh, sickards. Could reach distributor gear today recover. And they spread disease to hurt. So travel's gonna be a lot slower than I wished. Hey, stop! Stop the travel. Hold it! We got a job. Escort emissary. Where are you going? Oh, down there? Just can't get out of Ireland, can't we? Fasten your seatbelt, says the modern saying goes. We're gonna be there as fast as we can. Danger all around. It's the toll road. While resting during our travels, while we were resting when Lorcan went to search for some water, he was clearly thirsty. He didn't have enough water to save up in his water skin. Unfortunately, realized too late that the water Lorcan drew looked like standing water. Many are aware that standing waters, such as those found in marshlands and wetlands, are often dangerous for drinking. Perhaps he was too eager or thirsty and wasn't thinking straight. Anyways, Lorcan is already feeling a little sick. I know herbs that can help. Lose the bad drinking water. The context. There's a stereotype that medieval people only drank alcohol or other drinks besides water, as water back then was of such poor quality. However, medieval people knew how to distinguish between water that could be safely drunk and water that was not suitable for consumption. As such, they would, for example, avoid water near the urban areas or marshlands while seeking cleaner water elsewhere. There. Bam! I require lodging. I'm sure nobody will notice as we desecrate this tomb and... I just murdered that person. Oh, I'm a big-time marauder. I'm a bad person. What? If we just pillaged the grave goods anyway? Oh no. That one's a courtier. See if you can save it on. Hrolfr died a leper. Oh, he was a good man. No longer my second. And she too also died. Get us out of me. Get out of Ireland, please. Dodge the mosquitoes again. Get me out of this land. Okay. Who wants to be my second? Lorcan, you the man. Fortunately, we have to go for this. Lorcan will also be the quartermaster. Now let's resume our travels towards... hey, hang on. Oh no, it doesn't have a holding. Okay, make one quick stop. And somebody will ask, what for? Steal some food. Keyword some. Okay, now resume. But as a precaution, take this. Now go. You have reached the capital of the Kingdom of Alba. It's a lot of martial lifestyle experience, and a bunch of, well, I was about to say criminal contracts. Murder or foe. I prefer mug citizen welfare. Wealthy citizenry, what I meant to say. Because that one doesn't make you get stressful because you're just. It's actually rather just to, you know, rob the poor and no, rob the rich and gives it for, not rob the poor gives to the rich, stupid bitch, not that. I bet you people know that reference to what I just said, but anyways. Eager explorer this time for travel. Reliable mercenaries. The curious mayor seeks company and protection during his next escapade. A fellow Norseman. Leaving his laden meal huffing away outside, Mayor Hrolfr of Berwick is ushered to my tent. Greetings, says you're the man of the world. Perhaps was the call enough to venture by the side of the ever-curious explorer like myself. I hear that Hadrian's Wall is a mighty testament to the martial glories past. Please take me to the barony of Bamberg, and protect me on the road, and I'll reward you well with coin. Well, How grand! Let's go! This end of Hadrian's Wall. But there's a lot of danger due to a lack of sheriffs and control issues and all that. Well, I'll try my best. And I expect to be well paid. The Lothian Love Knot. Something glints among the haven as your party crosses the Lothian Hills. Man bends to retrieve it. A delicate piece of jewelry. A brooch worked in the intricate interlacing pattern known as the Lothian Love Knot. Beautiful work, the companion observes, turning it to light. These knots symbolize eternal bonds. Love that has no beginning and no end. Someone has treasured this greatly. Brooch clearly valuable, both as a craftsmanship and as a sentiment. Could have been lost recently or centuries ago. The style is timeless. The hills around it offer no clue to its origin, though a village lies there on the side of the north. To the as arrogant, I say, such craftsmanship deserves appreciation. Wear it proudly. I pin it to my cloak where it catches the light beautifully. It will not suit you, a symbol of connections that transcend the ordinary. She nods approvingly at the effect. Let me see that thing. Up to diplomacy. Exquisitely crafted silver brooch featuring the endless interlacing pattern of Lothian Love Knot. It speaks of bonds that transcend time. In fact, you got two of these. Description is the same, but the bonuses are different. Equip two of them and you got your monthly diplomacy lifestyle experience going up and up and up. These are for keeps. Especially if you're playing as a character who's into diplomacy. Not again, these damn mosquitoes. Bank! We are in Northumberland at last. Our destination lies before us. We approach the Hadrian's Wall. I wasn't sure I'd quite make it to the Gastelmaire, but you've been a steady guide at every peril. Thank you. Your pay is well earned. And you must admit, Northumberland is astounding. I should head back to my camp. Excellent reward. Yeah, it would be wise to rest. You don't want to have that experience again. The old couple. I mean, look at you. You're a marauder. If you're gonna murder a foe, then be a damn murderer. I mean, you are a murderous man. I mean, you don't have the murderer trait, but your reputation precedes you. Confidence tricks, that's unjust. Murder a foe is probably unjust, but the reward is great, and it would have accumulated enough gold to do to start building me an army, change my lifestyle and all that. Honest sellstorms for the ban more offers bountiful rewards to the lands of unimpeachable character, proven experience, and delicate and demanding work. Murder is criminal, but guts to do it. Especially not much more of a marauder these days. But screw everybody. I'll see to it. And once I get my provisions, I'm actually gonna... Well, We're not hunting yet, but we can do camp robbery. I want to do that. I don't need it to be slow. Just get Hrolfr delivered to Death's embrace so I could stop thinking about her. Are we clear? Browse. I'm not. There's a lot left to be unsaid. Why does she want this woman dead? What's binding her hands? More common methods. That's annoying. There's one life short, and it's payday. Well, keep in mind, I'm a bit arrogant, and nor in the story's heritage, we don't tend to tell secrets. Or keep secrets. There's Spy Master. Let's just get it over with. I think we have a few intriguing people that are good at this sort of thing. Oh yeah. Knife, poison, or peasant's pitchfork, as long as they're not braven. By daybreak, it's all the same to me. That's a very good chance. Infiltrated. A latch left unlocked, a guard to ongo to patrol, a hand-drawn map drawn outside the walls. Courtesy of friend within. And one other friend, you're the one. Footpad is going to be you, and our lookout will be the bearded one. There's a good chance of secrecy if I wasn't so damn arrogant. But we got a very good shot at this. That poor woman's gonna get murdered. Might be some use to that. As long as I find the right woman of my dreams, and I'll try to romance and elope. That's what I plan on doing before I settle down. Oh, I'm gonna get my provisions reward for this, so be quite stern on the use of it. Yes, 92% chance, but I actually want to pick up a few more advantages because there's a very tiny chance that I could screw something up, but hey, artifact delivery's up. Good. As I said, I need to get a lot of monetary rewards as much as I can, and Heroic protocols accused this caravan master. I can't believe my knight. God will judge them. The master of arms. I didn't know you had relations with this particular woman. Okay then. Just give me one more advantage, then we'll begin the murder plot. Because there's absolutely no way that you could screw it up. 92% chance, 95% chance. Get it at the max. Hrolfr is finally dead. Follow my son no longer. Thanks, Saint Rodan. The plan worked like a charm. My precious Viper was waiting for in the bed when she returned for the night, silent and ready to strike at first provocation. Then she moved. Thankfully, there will always be whispers. My involvement in the crime remains unknown. My little friend does his work well. Big payment. Lots of provisions. My little friend does his work well. Ha! You received her, Banwara, I say. Dropping a damp bag on the floor, the sodden fabric tipped sideways, exposing a lank tuft of her hair. You bring me a little too literally, she grunts. Must have been hell to make it off of it all. Still a job well done. Your pay was worth 7 outside. I tip my head respectfully and depart. Long path ahead of us. Let's do one more job of artifact delivery. Just take me to wherever. Augmented firewood. A bundle of blessed firewood from the augmented celebration. Okay. We can take it to Sutherland, which is not far from here. Good. Let's move out. I could scarcely remember what life was like before Malcolm declared love for me. I'm flattered, but also overwhelmed by her attentions. I'm so longing for some peace and quiet. Yeah, I kind of hope I were. Would I be throwing away my only prospect of true love? That cannot be right, can it? I mean, she's not that special, but I know what her heart is truly, and it's not particularly pleasant. So, I'll just say, she deserves a kiss at least, for her devotion. She will not be my soulmate. Scouting ahead of the camp, I come across a ramshackle collection of traders. They're gathered around some large but ruined buildings. The remaining ones in good condition, having occupied by the merchants. Their words is fairly standard. Food, mostly being on a well-traveled road, would no doubt attract many purchasers. Yet my eye is drawn exuberantly toward the grey, pock-marked walls of the ruins. So magnificent they are. Merchants occupy the outskirts, but its cemetery heart remains untouched. Just trying to look at the ruins. You have covered a dusty weapon. Well, I claim this sword as mine. A rough iron sword of fine craftsmanship. Their grip is covered in a bronze helix inlay. Nice, but it doesn't compare to my do-it-yourself mace, the makeshift mace. Plus, improved. And may I remind you that it's like, yes, this was created less than 10 years ago. It has served me well. And it will continue to do so. Sword will be for keeps. I'm out riding when my horse suddenly throws itself over the path. The fall is unavoidable and knocks the air out of my lungs. When I look up, I find myself face to face with a stag. Before I get a chance to scream, the beast collapses and narrow between its eyes. Hrolfr, my spring blossom, I thought I lost you. My hero is none other than the High Chiefess. We share one kiss, sweet like honey. There you go. Hey up. Oh, forgotten claims. That's a fabricated claim thing. Is there even a monetary reward for that? Yes. But slow down. The time of hunt will soon come. Although I gotta find a good place to hunt where it's not so chaotic. But I like to do some camp revelry here. Bay attract wanderers. Doesn't boost carousing bonus, but these will do. He will not be there. Hold on for a minute. What's the... Oh, he's traveling. He's commanding an army. Okay, this is not a good place to do it in. You might do. There's gotta be somebody who's a little more gregarious for this. Yeah, maybe in Gallows Bay doesn't really help all that much. So unfortunately, I'm a man with a bad reputation. Next, I want to perform a pilgrimage of sorts to get rid of this stain. I mean, you can get rid of Gallows Bay through this. Yeah, I might resort to that because my priorities are changed now. From now on, we are swords for hire. Mercenaries earn their coin first and foremost by the sword, usually legally. But when times are tough, all you have is an axe. Or in this case, my mace. This will increase more number of knights as we have 10 of them, and we can have more. We have another men-at-arms regiment. Embarkation costs less when you go to places. Find more mercenary contracts, find more prowess and martial contracts, which is something I should have done more in the first place. Now look at me now. You will now call me Captain of the Walkers from the North. There you go. So we can have 4. But let's be simple here. Get the Bonde. These are spearmen. The Bonde are a class of free landholders, often competent sailors that use long ships to trade or to go Viking. They fight using spears and shields. That's 1. Now bring in the Vigmen, the archers. Warriors in the front present an impenetrable wall of shields to protect archers in the rear. This tactic deters skirmishers while allowing steady advance. And I want you to bring Ragnian veterans. These are heavy infantry tribes. Explorers, adventurers, warriors, and mercenaries from all around the far-flung Nordic colonies. Some have even served in the Varangian Guard. Okay. Now beef up the size a bit, to at least 3, for starters. Good heavens. You must not be in a county under tribal government. Well, I don't think we have gold for it, but I don't think you need to worry much about provisions, since you can do some jobs that'll give you such. And among other things. Oh, just do it anyway. Fill her up. We still got a lot to spare. Especially tribal warfare tends to be small. Like say, hey, can we help you? Say no. Well, all it takes is going to do some convincing. So in meantime, let's fight corruption. There's a lot of gold to be had. Let me deal with them. When we arrive at Dunbar, quick the round of the worst of the rabble rouses to demand to explain ourselves. The Swithelm of peasants of reputation speaks for the rest. It's our place to be ruled over, but the Jarl of Sigtrygg does so unjustly. With cows over the land, we can hardly hold on to what's ours. It still drives us to labor like workhorses, running problems for the safety of war and maladies and the like. Because I'm a just character, I'm gonna need to do some convincing. I cannot stand this manner of justice. He's gonna wonder why. Word reaches me. I support of the common peoples have riled them into action. The hardy folk gather in proud bands, cheering my name and running improvised weapons, ready for an uprising. Unfortunately, this news also comes to Skule. I thought we had an agreement that you were rounding up these fools and giving them a fright, not, by God, to weep at the plight of this nation. Now what? You shall join the commoners in revolt? Gee, I could do that, you know. I could start an uprising. Although general opinion would be lowered, but army gold maintenance, popular opinion up for, you know, me being a man of the people. I mean, general opinion affects followers too, and it just says, like, why do you work for peasants and all that? But I don't get the money. But try to play dumb. No, wait, I can explain everything. I didn't get it. Didn't want to be no peasant leader. As I traversed the rugged hills in the Duchy of Albany, I come across small gathering of locals. They're huddled around a massive stone, known in the local lore as the Albany Stone. Is that any lord or lady who can lift the stone will earn the respect and loyalty to the people. A party, intrigued with the challenge, urges you to attempt to lift the stone. It was covered your strength, while Knuckles suggested winning the favor of locals could be beneficial. However, Crocker warned that the stone is deceptively heavy and may have injured themselves trying to lift it. I shall lift this stone with the power of my faith. 100% of miracle strength. I lift the stone while invoking God. The pagans are stunned. Walking among the hills late in the day, darkness comes suddenly, brought by the dark clouds above us. There's a distant loud rumble of thunder. So there's another, combined with a dazing flash of lightning. And another strike, brightly illuminating the area. The after images burned in my eyes. I blink to see where lightning is struck now. There's a quickly expanding brush fire that is spreading towards us. Put out the fire before it spreads too far. Actually, I did get my money. I mean, I recall it was in the 80s, but I did get some. That's good. So nobody's called for my insistence yet. Generate a claim scheme. And also I want to hunt somewhere. Because being right here in those hills, not an ideal place to hunt. Up there seems like a good place to hunt. Here. There's 2 generate claims. You have no chief forger. Well, we don't need that. You can have him. Alright. Hunt is going to occur in 3 months' time. Wasn't there a city you're supposed to go to? Yeah, go there. Don't want to do that claim stuff. Ledge! At first, a few gaunt Cambrian peasants we see when they appear in the distance or pick around the little features of terrain. Feeling we notice them. Hours pass. The skittish locals eye us so after all the while. They seem just to finally back off. A cry grows up. A frenzied horde surges us from the cover of the ridge. Wild-eyed and emaciated, they all look fragile in the early stages of starvation, no doubt. Though not so weak that they cannot rob many of our prisoners before drawing off. If they want provisions, they must pay. Hunger frenzy. Got wounded, and they took my provisions. Ungrateful people. Oof. Come on, put your backs to it. The storm on the hill is a low thing. As near the part traverse the hilly terrain is a thing. The sky suddenly darkens, and a heavy storm descends upon you. The wind howls, buffeting you and your companions as the rain pelts down relentlessly. Ophil, then, the bearded, the most learned companion, recalls the tale of Saint Baudret, a local saint who is said to have calmed the storm by throwing a stone into it. It's just finding a stone and throwing it into the storm helps the calming it. One might troll leader, it's just a funny shoulder instead. I'll use my cloak to shield us. Follow my lead. 100% protect the leader. My quick thinking shields the party from the worst of the storm. There's a reason why I want to come here in the first place. Artifacts that can be bought from local craftsmen. Because there's something that I might need here. An important trade junction to the Cumbrians. Wealth generated in the markets of Sanqua seeps into every corner of the city. As you enter the city gates, shouts and imagery advertising local traders are everywhere. My knight, Hrolfr, looks around a content face, seeming to join the change of scenery. I should visit the fine craftsman. In Sanqua's craftsman district, all relevant professions are represented. Weaponsmith, that is over by the training grounds. Armor, Francis in his smithy, and Duff, the jeweler, further up ahead. Roger follows my lead, leisurely wandering down the street and commenting on the wares display. He looks at me as I pause, trying to determine where I go next. I don't have any armor, so let's go to the armor smithy. The furnace runs hot in the armor's Francis' smithy, and the air is thick to breathe. He shoots me a brief glance, places a final hammer blow on the immaculate smooth Aventil helmet, and he walks over to sense. You can see what I have for sale on the shelf there, says motion to the workbench at the far end of the room. Let me compare and contrast. Give me the Norse mail. There's a nice sheen to it. While the chain legs do not offer room for decoration, the very fine work on the riveting sets apart for the common mail. The set includes a nasal helmet and mail cock, padded with linen. The whole armor has been plated with a thick layer of gold. So says it is. It's not only for prowess increase, but injury resistance prowess +1 to complement with my makeshift mace. The sweat from the forge slowly trickling down on my back, and ward of a cool breeze as I return to the craftsman district. On my left, Roger curiously examines a market stand. The cloth that bear pelts of all sizes. 4 pelts of all sizes, shapes and colors. Mounted on one such piece, grins at me as I look down the street trying to decide where I go next. Let me have a look here. Weaponsmith, idly chatters nearby servants standing by the makeshift stall around training grounds. She shoots me a look, promptly ends the conversation, and turns to address she points to the website to say, "These be the pieces I have for sale. Tempered in the hottest flames," he says, tone in front of voice. Nothing beats my mace. Coming back on the weaponsmith, the various craftsmen or handymen are still in full swing, loading cargo back and forth. The group of children come across a large chunk of ore, kicking it up and down the street, following some obscure rules of their own making. They appear to have fascination as I carefully consider my next order of business. Let me have a look. I'm in the market for accessories. What do you got here? In the dim light of the jeweler's abode, Duff is standing perched over a tall counter, while ever so gently placing the tiniest decor into a fine ring. Mesmerized, I watch this delicate work for a moment before clearing my throat. He acknowledges my presence, straightens up the counter and says, "In the market for a brooch, a ring, necklace perhaps?" He wields this one of the smaller effects. I don't need these, but that crown over there. A fancy crown of fine craftsmanship. The crown is forged from bronze and a set of small pieces of jet. Tiny bit of prestige gain and small tiny bit reduction of building construction cost. Whenever I settle down, this would be helpful. Cumbrian crown. Now this is something for me. Square to the brightness of the plaza, step out of jeweler's about the plaza and crosses. Notice next here, swiftly moving up the plaza while dodging bypasses and left for to keep even pace with me. Catches up a pause every second, so what's next. Let's head back. Okay. You could sell this old fishing knife. I have no use for it anymore. So if you don't know where the Sami come from, well, it comes from our lands, but north of our lands. That's all you need to know. I can't afford to fill it all up. Let's give it a shot. Damn it! Anything? Intrigue, diplomacy, just a con. Got any intrigue jobs? I can do some intrigue work. Fight corruption. Fight corruption. Corruption, corruption, corruption. I'm gonna have to do the other option, even though it gives me stress. Besides, your people died, peasant. Give it to me. Slope. Great monetary reward. And we're gonna have to do that again. And visits a little bit of Hadrian's Wall, even though that place is hellish down there. In fact, look at the control of the map. Northumbria is hell up there. I think you're better off going to central southern England. I'd like to swing around down to Wales first, once this is done. Would be wise to rest here. As me and my party traversed the verdant hills of Lancaster, the serene landscape is suddenly interrupted by a sharp whistle of an arrow cutting through the air. I look up to see a group of local longbowmen practicing their archery on a distant hill. One of their arrows strayed from its target, heading straight towards my group. The archers, realizing their mistake, shout a warning, but it's too late. The arrow's upon you. Oh boy, quick decision. I'll catch it with my bare hands. Watch this! Impossible catch. Against all odds, I snatched the arrow in the air. The archers are stunned. Aha! You're gonna have to do it. For the money. At the expense of my stress. Passing by Hexham, we knew we had to see the famous Abbey Brewery. As soon as we enter the building, we see a group of people being served up by a small table at a door, while monks are carrying out their work in the back. After waiting for the previous group to leave, we finally get some drinks handed out to us. I swirl my hand and smell distinct aroma of ale waiting for my cup. See, everyone's trying it, and finally give it a go myself. I'll buy some to bring home. These damn mosquitoes. Hey, put on your armor and put on your crown. Now all I need is regalia, and I'll be complete. Head to there. My mistress and best friend. Also, I want you to make a brief stopover at the Isle of Man before we go to there. Offa's Dyke. Get to visit all this. We're going to do a lot of traveling around England. And after I do my business up here, then I'm going to go down to there. And don't resort to criminal activity too much anymore. I'm gonna have to get rid of my gallows bait tree by doing a pilgrimage. We've been traveling for much of the day, weary and tired. It has been a good place to properly rest for several hours. Wasn't this supposed to be a well-traveled road? Yet, lo and behold, eventually saw a small stream of water. And what more, there were old worn-out bronze cups hung by the chains to a nearby boulder. Seems that the locals, or perhaps whoever's in charge of the region, generously provided these cups to Charles to more easily collect water. Thank God for this refreshing water. The night is thick with the scent of sweat and stale wine. I meander through the local town at night. To what? I'm not yet sure. As I make my way down to a narrow, well-trodden street, a voice calls out. It sounds inviting, yet worn in practice. A woman steps forward, cloaked in dim torchlight. Her gaze is steady. Her smile neither coy nor desperate, but the look of a tired woman who has seen countless travelers and carries no illusions. I can offer you a warm for the evening, my lord, for a price, if you're feeling the weight of the road, she murmurs. Oh, she's known. Known for the Cana. But I'll still follow her to the inn anyway. She leads you down a few streets to a humble room above the nearby tavern. She lights a well-used candle by the bedside and looks in with a smile that, upon closer inspection, hides a certain wariness. She attempts to appear joyous and excited, but it's obviously an act, though, as we both know she isn't fooling you. She sighs in resignation. Alright, my lord, let me just get myself ready. For all practice, she begins to disrobe herself before you. I actually have some where I need to be. Out of these damn lands. Finally there. More prestige cane. Oh, I remember this. Nothing will stop me from killing that damned bird. Superstitions for 2 years during this travel. And hey, we gotta draw iron with the righteous. Military aid is needed. War toward Gwynedd for 21 days. War against tyranny. Side of soldiers enemies. Soldiers that side is one. All just accepted. A small posse of saddle sword riders stopped by my tent, and one of these visitors enters my great tent. I'm the captain of these Gwyneddian scouts. I speak for the Prince Overhaul, starts the soldier. My liege's interested in your scrappy little band of fighters. A dethronement war causes the prince sleepless nights. Our enemy's putting up a furious fight, so I've been sent to hire your swords. Will you lend Gwynedd your fighting spirit? Sounds like a just cause. I'll aid him. That war's about to be over in 5 days. But, too late. But do I get paid still? Just for participating? No? Okay. Hey, look. Hard muscle. Should have Charlie done that. But no, thank you. Raid for captives. I'll do that for you soon. Let me go do this one first. And now there's a peasant uprising. Son of a beeswax! A misstep in Gwynedd. While traversing the dense ancient forests of Gwynedd, the party member suddenly goes missing. After hours of frantic searching, you find him at the boundary of a Gwendley, a Welsh family land division. Unknowingly, he has trespassed, disturbing a sacred boundary stone. The land-owning family, led by Gwynelian, I'm not sure how you pronounce her name, is understandably upset and demands reparation for his transgressions. You must negotiate to avoid potential conflict. You don't know who I am. threatened with my noble status. 80% chance success, 20% chance failure. Dread's intimidating. When it backs down in the face of your intimidating display, continue your journey unfaded. Take the stone with you for good measure. A weathered stone marking the boundary of a Welsh family division. Could sell that to the market. Ditch! Hey, sooner we're done, sooner back on the road, because we got this to do. This goes against conventional wisdom. Damn it. Just gimme. Oh, don't worry, they got this. They got this. A holy war. The enemy side has this huge amount of soldiers. Yeah, we're way out of our league. When we get more provisions and more gold, I'll be sure to increase the size of them a bit more. Ah, my head. Moans Amanda rides alongside me, raises an eyebrow to sound acquired the mass exclamation. The response simply slumps down across the horse, whimpering and clutching at his temples. Clearly someone had a good night last night. Kick his horse into gear. How's my followers? Steadfast. Love it. Oh, I'm reminded. Build that. There's room for more. We can get a archer officer. That's what we need. I'm not taking any chances with that low amount of success. And yes, we'll do that raid for Captives War. It's glad to see that Wales and England has a lot of opportunities for me to do. Because, you know, work up in Scandinavia was a bit restricting. We don't have enough money to upgrade that pavilion further. Spend that a little bit. One more. Cover every angle. 87% success. And we got it. A tyranny war over there. That's what's going on. It's recent. The ugly house of granite. As it traverses the hilly landscapes of granite, with hardly stumbles upon a particular site. A house so lopsided and misshapen it is known to the locals as the Ugly House. A crowd of villagers led by, with great cheer and warm smiles and hearty laughter. They regard with the tale of the house overnight's construction, humorous tradition in these parts. They said if a man could build a house between sunset and sunrise, the land beneath it would be his. The builder of the ugly house, eager to claim his land, threw his structure together the structure in a hurry. The result, while not aesthetically pleasing, it has become a beloved symbol of the community's spirit and humor. They invite you to spend the night in the ugly house, promising a comfortable rest despite its appearance. Our Naka warns you to be cautious of local pranks. I'll spend the night there alone. Ghosts hold no fear for me. Night vigil. I endure a night of creaking timbers, mysterious dress, and what might have been whispers. Come dawn, the villagers are impressed. A few outsiders last the night without fleeing. While crossing a river in Lulu, some of our spies came loose and fell to the river. We watched helplessly as the water swept the supplies away. While a lot of our supplies are still with us, thankfully, we're still lost quite a bit. My companions have different suggestions of what to do. Some say we should go downstream and recover what we can from the supplies, especially if they've washed ashore. Others say we should cut our losses and purchase replacement supplies at the next town. Others say that we should bear with our misfortune and continue along. Oh, bear with it, because we're already going to be back and that modifier will expire anyhow. Let's do this for once. Because we could definitely beat these guys in a fight as they're still assembling their army. Yeah, we'll be there. A small token force we are, but we can beat them in battle. No doubt. We'll be there in a couple days. Advantage is 20, mine's 47. Yeah, recently disembarked, but we don't care. Reservoir dogs. We'll meet in battle there. Recent disembark modifier went away, and we're about to engage with the main army. Before these guys do. The siege begins, and we're the ones besieging, and we're gonna get the reward. Impressive prowess. Your trade experience with the bow increased. This will take time, but a couple of siege events will make things look up. Oh, now you're leaving? Leave me to do the work? Okay. Provisions gained. Proving grounds complete. The stump. See it over there? See the target on it? That's today's mark. Bows up. We need an archer captain. This is for the Vigman here. You got them. So they're just eliminating what little army is left out there before they'll come back down here and assist us with the siege, I hope. So we learned our lesson now. We're gonna need a bigger army. Gone, the depraved. Oh, Craig. If you weren't a monk, you would be a great warrior. They're gonna get Dublin. I don't suppose you Irish fellas know siege weaponry, do you? No, they don't. The Welsh do not know. But the Anglo-Saxons, they know. Okay, next time get the siege weapons from off of them. War makes me feel so alive. Each day, I feel the crave of battle flow through my veins. I am invincible! I say that because I'm arrogant. To the unconscious Captain Over, the spider left its scurries across the floor. One opportune time for the boot of justice scratch for good. It is well known that war is a perilous affair. An enemy sword can lop your head off like a knife through butter. A lucky hero could strike you on the ramparts. Has a disgruntled soldier perhaps bribed to murder you? And there's always the threat of camp fever. I do not demand your grand dramatic exit. I just pray for your demise. I cannot let him dishearten me. My old rival. I ought to get back to that man one day. Alright. Your contributions were vital to the winning of my war, and the bravery of your cell sword is much of my benefit. May this payment aid you to celebrate a great victory. How much? 46! Well, lessons were learned. Refill it. Doesn't cost much gold. Now raid for captives. Ah, 1 second before I get to you. That there's Anglo-Saxon territory. Counting majority cultures, Anglo-Saxons just right around the corner. So, move to there. While traveling through the dense forest of Gwinnett, the party stops to forage for food and herbs. Jared, the eager to contribute, picks a beautiful white flower known as the Snowdon Lily, mistaken for the common edible plant. After consuming it, he suddenly falls ill, arriving in pain. Local peasant, it while it recognizes symptoms, informs you that the Snowdon Lily is highly poisonous. Fortunately, he knows of a healer who lives deep in the forest, who might have the antidote. Time is of the essence. Your companion's life hangs in the balance. Forget the healer. I'll suck the poison out. Stand back. 100% intimate salvation. Your unconventional method works better than expected. Yuna recovers, and the two of you never speak at this moment again. Though meaningful glances are exchanged. Because I'm brave, you know. Okay. Once you arrive here, I want you to pick up these siege weapons. Ooh, that's a big reward there. When you see 2-tier, you do passes of arms. God. Man, I love this country! But it's not going to be the place to settle. I don't think you could pick up the siege weapons from there. I think what you need is more manpower. Okay, tell you what, let's do these jobs here and another one down there. Increase the size of them, and then we'll do that. Got it? Get it? Got it? Good. We'll get it done fast. Yes, sir. Do it. Got him. Passage of arms. If you still take heed, the bridge at Delbuff remains unprotected. A show of force is unnecessary to keep the bandits away. Prince, shall reward whoever dissuades them. Let me do this. Go all around off this dike. And then on. Hey, hang on. You're doing this wrong. That way. Okay, you got that part. One more part of office dike and everything. Forced in minus. That there. I want to hunt in Birmingham. Welsh border raiders. The borderlands between England and Wales have never been peaceful. Today proves no exception. We party crests a hill to find a small village burning below, smoke rising black against the grey sky. Welsh raiders are still visible, driving cattle and captives toward the forest. A wounded man stumbles toward your party, blood streaming from a gash on his forehead. Please, lords, you guess. They've taken my daughter, the Welsh tells. They're making for the office dike. If they cross into Wales, she's lost forever. Father counts the distant figures. Those dozen raiders, maybe more. They're not hurrying. I don't think anyone's following. Choice is yours. Risk battle with the hardened Welsh warriors. I'll have to go to avoid danger. By the way, you counted? Don't you know you're blind and sick? Ha! I know these hills. Short cover cut them off. 75% chance of success, 25% fail. Lost in the hills. Remember, the terrain proves faulty. By the time we find the dike, the raiders have already crossed into Wales. The captains are lost and the party's exhausted from a fruitless chase. The mixed fish. Wonderful morning we have here. A perfect chance to show these ruffians the value of a true knight. You see, there's a bridge that goes right into Morgan. All manners of miscreants, fools, and idiots think about there. So much to take care of that. I shall break 3 no to no. To the bridge! Don't say anything that would be hardship postings. And I'm gonna get rid of my damn reputation of being, the kind of guy. $20 days each. Good. We'll hire an archer captain. It put his most recent false slumps down, pending and defeated. Wrestling is a popular sport among most mercenaries, for obvious reasons, but if I had to pursue it like it's an art form. Sometimes one would prefer to fight barehanded, needing no other weapon. The man sees one pondering look and raises his fist in a polite yet mucky jest. Well, Hrolfr, how about it? I just haven't beaten for even asking. And your trade decreases because I wounded a man and you're going to treat his wounds and increase your skill further. You are now our archer captain in addition of being a heavy infantry captain. Basically, he's the man of the military. Yeah, he's infirm, so we're going to have to replace one. that, I'll make myself look good. God dang it. Have my horse on my back. Easy now. It's over. Guarding this bridge has become my only task for the past fortnight. Armor is shining under the moon. The sea of broken lances have been pushed to one side as a testament to my performance. Hrolfr grants out a great thing. Sunny summers meant to pick up smalls. What a sight! We have a long path ahead of us now. There's it there, and then we go up there. Alright, let's beef up the size of the army. Just a little bit. Fill the rest of gold. Got it. Oh, we're 750 strong. The Lord seeks a bold captain possessing the skills to capture victims alive, so his message may be sent to his foes. Between 3 and 5 of Petty King Domnar's II Courtiers will be taken as prisoners. Depending on his tier, will be handed over to the Lord by a bit very good to fit. I'll earn gold equivalent to the prisoner's ransom costs. Let's do it. A delegation to the Lord Fitzsaunders to the flaps my great tent. Greetings, adventurer, speaks anyone. Made in the roads of this world and treacherous. If you work for the Fed, my liege will pay well for your expertise. Sworn enemy, the battering king, the petty king Domnarf of Cornwall, has been a menace lately. My liege would like you to take him down a notch by capturing his men. Raise the banners and march out immediately. We're at war with Cornwall now. They got a weak fort. And there's 2 more baronies. Move out. We'll beat these guys first. Yeah, I want to destroy their army first. Remember, they can't go to my capital as long as they're going somewhere. Where the hell are they going? Wherever they are, they're going to the ends of the earth here. There'll be no escape this time. Okay. Gotcha. We've been locked in. We'll be there. We'll take it up to the hills. He's an organizer. No wonder why we couldn't get him. We killed one of them. There, we beat your ally. Now we're heading to there. Can't fill him up till too much time. I want to come in with full force. It's a reckoning. To try to change one of my personality traits. I'll do that in the next episode. A change of character will do. Whoa there! They brought in Knights Templar. Crud. Oh, someone else is interested. That's the reason why they brought Knights Templar, because of them. They want Cornwall. These are reinforcements that were cutting them off. Being mercenaries. Let them beat each other. Do not engage. The Norse are winning, but reinforcements are about to arrive to give them the upper hand. Okay, they got this in the bag. Hold your ground. Fill up those reinforcements. We're going to be defending here in this forest. It's neutral ground. Cornwall doesn't hold it. The owner's 1 year in debt. Yeah. So over 2,000 men are heading this way. We're just wondering, is this a good or a bad idea? Our answer will come. The moment of truth has arrived. I have a massive advantage, but I'm a cautious leader. And we're defending here in this forest. Advantage goes to us. Big time. Not to mention the other one's reckless of his battle roll. We got them all. Captured Lope, a knight of the Knights Templar. Imprison more characters, gain gold. It's not what we had in mind, but just do it. Your staunch efforts in my war are greatly appreciated. Enjoy your well-earned gold, my good man. These captives are not transported there, and this is how much we've earned. We could defeat giant-sized armies. How boastful. Maybe there could be more payment if I were to work with them and have them have Devon. But who's got time for that? Anyways, let's move to Birmingham for a bit. And what are we here for? Want to hunt here. I've been meaning to do that for a while. Not to mention for the provisions. I have no right to hunt here in his woods. I mean, I don't want to make those people more mad than I already have. I'll purchase these rights, I got money. It's all good anyway. Mark Honna. This was a part of the sunrise over the camp near in the forest near Birmingham. Many of my gamekeepers have flushed been pouring over the area for tracks and fumes. The pack is a nuisance. Scavenging farms are retreating deep into the woods. Connor shrugs. No matter. A despised wolf can still give a mighty good sport. So we're going after a wolf this time. Lorcan, you're one of the hunters? What the hell? A monk who hunts? Gotta make a living somehow. We're gonna need that for future reference. My knight singles across the forest. The whole wolf pack crouches on the hollow not far off. Beasts bolt up on our approach. Howling the alarms, they retreated to the dead trees, vague snarling. We chase after the fleeing great vermin. Focus on a larger group, now a real chase. After it, we ride. The force is truly the mantle of the boar. But as the wolf flees in panic from the foraging peasants, I feel my patience wearing thin. Surely there must be better things to do in Birmingham today than picking roots and mushrooms. Picking roots and mushrooms, now that's an idea. Tiny bit of provision gain. I can hardly keep up that blasted beast as it darts and weaves through the leafy bushes, howling wildly. Scaling a rise and disappearing in the thicket. The wolf is gone as quickly as it appeared. Only Patty dog sweating more stronger. The damn thing is gone. 20% failure. Hunts like these are pure joy. Cannot wait next year. Sure got us a disappointing part and exhaust talents for triple. The wolf has indeed moved us this time. Let's leave this adventure for now. Gain some provisions for the road. Speaking of road, head to Warwick. Oh, we got a lot, but I need more. Let me hear a little story. I was about to say, who's that? Then there's the seating tax, the Anglo-Saxon ruffian. Marks of our small. Toward the motion towards the hooded figures. Now that's an additional bit of gold. Certainly. The hooded man immediately stands up against the hood, drops. I recognize none other than Petty King Burreg of Mercia. This is an outrage. The Petty King exclaims, quoted Foster. Don't make me inquire with my business associates, the ruffian threats. Later as it grows increasingly tense. Want to take out that with me instead? That's what's that gonna happen. 94% chance to convince the ruffian to leave, and 5% if fail to convince. Nobleman saved. Tension is still high when I leave Burreg. It is ridiculous and make my way back to the center room. At the table by the entrance, a couple locals are playing some exotic board game using rough pieces of black and white stone. Leisurely eyeing their moves. Just carefully weigh my options. See if I could sell some artifacts. He calls my bluff. Decreased offer. Damn. I would love to sell that prize ring for more. That's for keeps. Could sell this sword. It can only be one good weapon for me to have. Why not fill it all up? More martial duties. There we go. Oh, we pay dirt. Guess we head back. Werewolves of Mercia. As you and your companions traverse the dense forest of Mercia, encountered a group of rugged men blocking your path. They introduce themselves as the Werewolves of Mercia, a title that should send a shiver down your spine. They claim to be cursed, doomed to transform into savage beasts under the full moon. They demand your assistance at breaking this curse, or else they threaten violence. Croque, a most diplomatic companion, steps forward to address the situation. Nuguru flexes his muscles, ready to defend your party if need be. Refuse their demands, prepare for fight. 100% chance. Victorious battle. Stand your ground and fight off the werewolves as they retreat. Leaving behind werewolves too, as a token of their defeat. A large tooth claimed to be from a werewolf in Mercia. Faster raid speed. That'll definitely be useful once I settle down and become a Norman. A tyrannical Welsh toad. Tell me. Okay, let's just get it over with. You know what to do, man. get rich quick. Because now I'm going to switch my priority at this point in my life where gotta have 1,000 gold into the treasury. And with this large amount of provisions, refill your reinforcements if you ever go and do some mercenary work. But I still want to travel to the few more landmarks of England before I finally come down there and settle. Gotcha. That's a crap reward, but I'll do it anyway, because I love my job. Unable to sleep, a nighttime stroll. In the plain sees my mind wandering aimlessly, and I hear chanting. Following the sound to its course, I find a ring of torches illuminating a curious and unsettling scene. A robed man, his eyes fixed to his grimoire, invokes the names of demons he seeks to bind to his will. Before him, a ritual circles drawn in chalk, complicated and elegant and utterly mad. This man's clearly a necromancer. Shocked, I stumbled and tripped, loudly announcing presence. Despite the name, historical necromancy covered a melody of Abrahamic esoterica, generally involving entreaties to the spirits considered unclean by the church, be they demons, the dead, or more nebulous biblical figures. You will cease this foul sorcery once. Get out of here, you. That's who that was? Okay, I told him, hey, get out of this land. And he decides, alright, fine, I'll settle here in Great Moravia at Lady Sviatoslav's court. If I can't do necromancy in England, then I'm going to Great Moravia. That's what that was, basically. As I traverse the dense forests of Mercia, one of my companions draws attention to a particular carving on the tree. It's the motif of the three hares, each sharing an ear of the other, forming a triangle. This symbol is often associated with the Tinners Guild, a powerful organization of miners in the region. It's said they use the symbol to mark the location of hidden treasures or dangerous traps for those who dare steal them. You dare investigate further? Let Balder investigate. He has an effort. Wait, which Balder are you speaking? The blind, sick man. Do it! A misstep. Balder triggers the trap while investigating his symbol. I managed to escape, not without delay. Separate. Okay, let's do a little bit of traveling here. Go to Jorvik, to the walls of York. I'm not going to work with these goofs. The market town of Derby was full of wonderful food. As we decided what to eat, we made a talkative butcher named Hrolfr, who told us a scary account he had last night. While walking home, carrying a couple of bones in his butcher's knife, he met two wolves who clearly wanted to kill and eat him. He threw the bones at the wolves to distract them, but the wolves continued to follow him, so he hid in a pile of hay in a field nearby. The wolves waited for him till one grew bored and left. The other fell asleep. He pounced on the sleeping wolf, killing him with his knife, and he saw the other wolf digging a hole further away. He realized that the sleeping wolf pretended to sleep to lure him so the other could attack him from behind. The butcher then killed the second wolf and then escaped. I don't think it sounded that scary. Anyone could have done that. Bandits! I don't want to lose those provisions. The brigands launched their tackles, still moving. Our defenders and vulnerable members alike spread on a long, snaking line. And coordinate well, launching a blast on the horrible force, diving down in hiding spots, hitting several points along our convoy with a terrible fury. Even so, it's immediately obvious what their goal is. As their leader, a fearsome Anglo-Saxon man, Tex is going straight for the wagons, laden heaviest with provisions. Prepare to take steel, brigand! For a few brief moments, Sigurd and I hastily zapped circles, each watching for an opening. I lift my makeshift mace, ready to defend myself, while I clutches his axe firmly in hand. Only one of us is walking away from here today, and I intended to be me. Start twitch our begins. Battalions with smooth, flowing series of quick slashes of power cleaves, each strike forcing me back a little more. Is that the best you got? You can't even hit me. Tardy opponent. Playing defensive every time allows Sigurd to tire so while I stay fresh. Time and again. I backpedal, dodge, and weave, always keeping just within tempting target distance. Soon, Sigurd showing signs of exhaustion. For the Lord and St. George! Suffer blasphemy! Shrieks, hefting his axe to the heavens. My form is excellent, with little chance for mistake. Listen to him, stands formidable. One scar cheers, and I feel far from victory. Fool, take this. Again, this is fight to the death. I know increased stress and goes against gravity, but you're fighting for survival here. Faint stab, faint up my mace stab right with an offhand dagger. Mace makes a rapid thump one way, only for me to draw a fresh dagger with my offhanded lunge as he attempts to parry. Suddenly shifts direction, throwing himself sideways to a powerful cleave, just barely able to dodge. Methinks need to make an example of you, because of Viking trait, butchery. I can't count how many people are crushing my mace. Maybe Sigurd will be next, maybe not. A marine of savage wolves was not worried about it. So I stay stock still, hoping he'll just throw down my mace. War was excellent, with little chance for mistakes. We're evenly matched, with victory balancing on a knife edge. It's even. Strike, parry, or bust. My mace arm moves fast as lightning. It strikes as hard as sundered stone. Honestly, it's admirable that Sigurd is able to withstand as many mace blows as he does, as I rain down on all the fury of a thunderous storm. It takes a minute or two, but I eventually beat him into a bloody, twisted, screaming heap. I'm only satisfied when there will be no second chance for revenge as I do administer a killing blow. Your leader's death sparked a frenzied panic in the bandits. Screams and cries turned from terrified non-combatants in the baggage train to ruthless killers seeing the plan unravel the worst way before their eyes. Most cowardly break and flee. No more ruthless wounded comrades cover to escape. Either way, the attack is over within minutes. No one steals from me. Oh, not again. Force the rabble back. Our taters breaking off bones. Stop stealing my damn food, you crazies! The walls of York. Running several miles long, these sprawling walls have protected the city since the time of the Caesars. The walls cleverly make use of the two rivers that sneak through the motherland, shielding from the enemy's east and west. All traffic is channeled through specific choke points, the vase, where toll can be extracted or arrows and fire rain on. Yeah, this is the place you do not want to take or fight when you decide to go to war against them. Head down to Lincoln, to Fosdyke. As you walk through the streets of the East Riding, procession of soldiers emerge from the side street, Most are injured and aided by downtrodden civilians. Earl proudly stands up in a throng of people gathering around the marketplace. Then clears with a loud voice. "We crushed those Cornish dogs yet again. It's only a matter of time before our victory is ours. Yet the celebratory word pales when I look at the injured soldiers and their grieving relatives. Maybe I have some wisdom to share from the battles. I hear about Jorvik's strategic blunders. Slavers. Oh, hell. A slow man. Faithful blade. Not as zealous. Here we go again. For a few brief moments, Sigurd and I paced out a series of watching over. Makeshift mace, and he's got his spear. He wastes no time meeting with an intense series of piercing stars, forced me back step by step, very high. Crap, he got a good hit on me. This. So now he's trying to fend me off. Not sure I left a mace. Confident attack. Counters of fierce hell thrusting jabs all straight through me repeatedly. Oh god, he's getting to me. Better man died to try to break my guard. Zealous attack. I'm not in a good way. Fool, take this. I swing my mace in all lazy feint. My opponent doesn't see my offhand dagger till it's too late. When it's already sailing through his guard and straight to his chest. So he staggers back, mouth and dagger pulling loose as he does, spraying gore and fragments of bone all over the floor. Bleeds out quickly, though not exactly. But fine. I was a little scared there. I thought it was going to be the enemy. Man's death sends a ripple of panic confusion through the enemy's ranks. Battle rounds me inflicts a chorus of screams of wet girls going up on the foe, and the slave traders are put to the sword by the dozen, dying in their droves. Within minutes, the relief force in the column's main body breaks through the slave rear guard, and it's all over. With a contemptuous kick, I knock what remains of our leader face down in the deck. That's what I think of you, scum. As me and my party traverse the soggy wetlands of the Duchy of York, I come across the ancient Roman fort of Eboricum. It appears that the fort is not as abandoned as it seems. A couple of rough-looking individuals, clearly outlaws, have made it their stronghold. Their aggressive posture and menacing gleam in their eyes, it's clear they won't welcome visitors. Kraka, my caravan master, suggests a detour, but that would delay my journey considerably. I have a decision to make. I'll challenge our leader to single combat. I struck down the bandit chief, the others scattered, terrified. As we arrive here. Alright. Let's stop with and call it an episode here. In the next episode, we'll be traveling to southern England to visit a few more points of interest, and then we'll finally, for the 6th episode, that will be the episode where we're going to settle in Istria, or Normandy. Negotiate for the March of Normandy, which honestly you can do just like that. And yes, I will convert to Catholicism after my stint with Insularism. But I don't want to do that just yet. We must do it for the search for more money. We need 1,000 gold to do whatever it takes. Whatever jobs I'll do, even if it's criminal. I'll do it. Get me 1,000 gold, and then I'll have it. I'll have it all. So, we'll see you in the next episode. But until then, so long for now.